up, guys? It is Jacob from QuadHunting, and today's video is the inspiration for this video, I should say, is brought on by the fine folks at Pride of Detroit on SB Nation. If you haven't checked them out yet, they're a Lions blog that is run by fans. Articles are all made by fans. They're people who know about the team and know how to talk about the team. It's not like going to ESPN and having some third-rate guy who writes for the Steelers who's talking about the Lions. It's not like anything like that. So it's actually Lions fans for Lions fans. Not an ad, I'm not paid to talk about them, but I do anyways because they're a good place. So go check them out. But anyways, they've been running this series. It's articles, and fans submit them on why they're a Lions fan, how you became a Lions fan, that sort of thing. And I talk better than I write, surprisingly, even though you might look at some of my videos and be like, really? Anyways, so this is how I became a Lions fan. It was about 2007. Pretty positive because I was in 7th grade. Before that, I had experience. I had, been around football through Madden. I don't even know how it came to my house or who bought it. I don't know, but I had Madden 2000 and the N64. It just showed up pretty much one day because no interest in football before that. I had the N64, I had Madden 2000, and I played that, and I was awful. Cousin would come over when he'd babysit us, and he'd beat me. Like 64-0. I'd never score because I didn't know what I was doing. And he wasn't going to explain it to me because he was winning. So that was like my first experience. And back then, I picked between two teams, and that was I picked the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or I picked the Denver Broncos because I thought their logos were cool. And honestly, the Lions logo sucked. That ink blot, just that old Lions where it had no detail. Yeah, that was that logo. Hated that logo. I thought it was stupid. I couldn't tell what it was. I used to think it's over here. On that old logo, that was the mouth. That's what I used to think. Because, there was no mouth on it. I thought that was the mouth. And I'm like, that's a weird looking lion. Anyways, so I always picked between them because I thought the Broncos and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers logos were cool. So never really got much deeper into fandom there. I didn't care about football for the most part. The most I cared about football was when we were at recess in elementary school. We'd throw a football. We'd play pick-up football games where it's pretty much, a bunch of little kids running around. You didn't touch me, no, because it's two-hand touch. You didn't touch me. Yes, I did. No, you didn't. It was that kind of thing. I was awful at that too. So, Lions games would be on, like, we'd do family dinners at my grandparents or my uncles, after church, that kind of thing. And I hated it because it was boring and I hated trying to watch it. I thought it was just too boring. So we got to, cousin moved in, I think it was 07. It was a different cousin from the one that used to kick my ass at Madden all the time. We would play, and then he moved in, and he's still, to this day, like, the biggest Lions fan I know. He married a Packer, though. I'm not sure how that works. But, so we played Madden, we'd go out and catch. I was 7th grade, so very influential time in my life. And, I was like the older brother I never had, so we were always hanging out. And he was huge into football. He started getting me more into football. We'd go out and we'd throw the football, and he's like, telling me what positions I could play if I wanted to play football. And I was like, I want to play football now. So I played football in 8th grade at a whopping 5'6", 110, 120, maybe. I was tiny, little dude. And so I started off trying to play wide receiver and safety. Couldn't catch. Yeah, that's a problem when you're playing wide receiver. Still to this day, my hands are awful. So they're like, well, we'll move you to running back. And I was like, okay, sounds good. I'll play running back. And then we had like 10 running backs on the team, and they were like, you want to play fullback? And I was like, well, there's only like 2 other guys playing fullback. More playing time. I thought we played a spread offense. I knew nothing about football, but we played a spread offense. You don't use fullbacks in a spread. So we had, then on defense, they moved me down from safety to linebackers. We didn't have a lot of linebackers. I was still 3rd-string linebackers. And when you don't have a lot of linebackers, I don't know how you get a 3rd-stringer. Anyways, that's kind of what I was. I was awful. I sucked. 1 career rush for -2 yards. And I had 1 career sack, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. And an onside kick recovery. That was like my stats. I played 3 snaps like every game. But that was it. And I played special teams. I was a blocker. I was that front line on the kickoff team. And then I was supposed to block, and I never blocked. Funny story about that is I used to block for this guy. Friends with him on Facebook. He found me on Facebook. Anyways, the dude was so much bigger than me. He was a running back. and it was my job as a little 5'6", 120 guy, 110 guy, to block for the guy who had to weigh over 150 and was like 6 foot. And I looked at that and I'm like, I know nothing about football, but I know this is not right. Anyways, and I remember one time we were awful. We won 2 games out of 6. And it was our last 2 games. I was like, we're good now. We were not good. They got better though after I quit, and then we went to state 3 out of 4 years in high school. So they got better. I never did. So our offensive line was not good at that time. You're 8th grade. You're not getting the 250-pound lineman in 5th grade. In 8th grade. And if you are, but we were getting these guys that were like like 150 playing linemen, and they were just getting everyone's like, you don't really know what you're doing at that point. You don't have the skills and the technical ability yet. Anyways, like 3 guys got through the line, and I had to block one, and I managed to block none of them, and it was a tackle for a loss for the guy. And I remember him just yelling my name as he's falling down. It felt like slow motion, and I was like, I'm not playing anymore in this game, am I? Anyways, so yeah, I was awful, but I still loved playing. So he moved in. That season, we started watching all the Lions games because they were on. And that was Calvin Johnson's rookie year. Instantly, I gravitated toward him because he's 6'5". The dude's a monster, and he was quick, and he was a rookie, and it was cool. I liked number 81; just looked cool, especially on the black jerseys. I loved those. But I became fans because I was playing Madden through all of these years, so I kind of knew who these guys were, especially on Madden 08. It's still my favorite Madden of all time. Calvin Johnson, John Kitna, Kevin Jones. I mean, I thought these guys were good. Roy Williams. It's like, wow, because I could make them good. They were good with me. I was getting them to the Pro Bowl. We were making Super Bowls with these guys. But yeah, that was on Pro. Not even all Pro, just Pro difficulty. So, and then watching the games, I'm like, wow, these guys are actually awful. But in 07, they started out 6-2, and I was like, wow, people talk crap about the Lions. They're good. Why did they talk crap? They won 6 out of 8 games. That's a good record, right? And then they finished the season 7-9. So, and then my cousin moved out after that season, and then I watched every game throughout 08. That sucked. 09, I was not a Stafford fan. I was like, oh, Dante Culpepper, he still got it. He can turn it around. He can make this franchise good again. So glad I'm not a general manager. Anytime I'm like, I could do that, I always think back. I thought Dante Culpepper was the answer. So, throughout all those years, Calvin Johnson was my favorite. Then the Sues, the Staffords, the Levies, Delmas. I was trying to think of a couple other guys. I was the biggest Shavit Best fan. That's kind of really how I became a Lions fan. It was kind of, just my cousin moved in, thought my cousin was cool, wanted to do what my cousin was doing. So, and now I talk about the Lions on a YouTube channel, and I get paid to go to sporting events with the camera and follow all the action, and I'm getting paid to watch sports. So, I mean, that kind of being a Lions fan put me in that direction, because had it not been for being a Lions fan, I probably would have gone into engineering, because that was really like, well, I can do that. There's always that option. So, thankfully, being a Lions fan, and a English teacher in 8th grade or senior year of high school kind of was like, you're pretty good at writing, and you write a lot about these Lions, so why don't you go into something with that? And I was like, it's a good idea. I think I'd like my life a lot better than being an engineer. So, yeah, that's how that all happened. That's how I became a Lions fan, and why I have to suffer this existence of being a Lions fan. So, yeah, that's kind of how I became a Lions fan. Leave comments down below. Let me know how you became Lions fans. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to think of more things I can do throughout the offseason. I got a couple more ideas. Still going to try to keep going with the top 5, bottom 5. I'm hitting the tight end spot. I'm like, we don't have a lot of noteworthy tight ends, and it's just going to kind of be it's going to be like Charlie Sanders, and it's going to be a bunch of nobodies. Then the bottom 5 is just going to be a bunch of like nobodies. So, yeah, I'm working on that. And, I might move over to defense, because offensive line is just like, you can't really gauge good and not good. I mean, there's not really stats like, well, this guy had, like in pass, like in quarterbacks, it's so easy. Well, 300 touchdowns and 100 interceptions. Well, that's a good quarterback. So, there's not like, they don't, especially back then, there wasn't like, well, this guy had this many good blocks and gave up that many sacks. There wasn't that. There's still really, there's like Pro Football Focus, I think, is like one of the only places that track that, and sometimes their numbers are sketchy. They don't line up. A couple of other places that do it. So, who knows who has the right numbers. So, it's kind of hard to judge who's a good lineman. So I might just move to defense coming here soon. Anyways, leave comments down below. Like, subscribe, all that fun junk. And let me know how you guys became Lions fans. Make your own videos. You can do that. It's easy. Get a webcam and act like you know what you're talking about. That's all I do. So I will see you guys later.